Alright, hello and welcome to Echoes of Color with Jeffery Morrison. How's it going? Alright, we're going to do a whip and chat here with the Battle Ahead Paint with Diamonds by LOTR Dietrich, 60 centimeters by 45 centimeters, 47 colors, square drill on double mounted adhesive. I'll insert a picture around here just so you know what the canvas looks like. So yeah, how's it going? Just hanging out for a bit. Been a little chaotic today. Mom was talking to a client on the phone in the studio here, so I was just diamond painting away. This is like a new section, so I did like the 310 first. So now I'm doing the 939, just a darker blue. Yeah, just basically background here, really. So, yeah. Lighter colors over here though, so, but yeah, it's basically background. Alright, hopefully you're having a good day. Hopefully your crafting and hobbies are going well. If you're just hanging out, hey, that's awesome as well. Thanks for being here. Yeah, so I'll just keep going with this background here. I get training at my part-time job tonight and tomorrow night, so just glad I can sneak in whip and chat at least for the time being. So yeah. Alright, so I know it's capital E, I'll just toss that up there. Alright. Hopefully I had a good weekend. I worked all weekend, so no, this is my weekend to work. Had the past weekend off. I'm confusing my shifts at my full-time job. It's my long week this week, so I work this weekend. So there we go. I work this weekend. Yep. Yeah, my last week of days, and then I switched to nights next week. So yeah, exciting stuff. Alright, so this is kind of like a color block / confetti scenario here with this capital E, dark blue. Yeah, color block here, and then it just kind of goes confetti all the way up. At least it's not all 310, so that's basically how it's going to go with this canvas. Pretty sure it's going to be the same for the very bottom row, bottom left hand corner here of the canvas. It's just going to be background again, just probably darker colors for the most part. We'll see how it goes once I get there. It should fill in fairly quick, this section, so yeah, we'll see. Yeah, usually if it's background it fills in pretty quick. It's usually just like a couple of colors. But yeah, you get there when we get there. Yeah, nice color blending at least in this background. Like it's multiple colors, so it's kind of nice. Kind of nice how it worked out that way. Yeah, we'll just kind of make a section to fill in here. This can be a little daunting for sure. Yeah, so we'll make a little section. I have to go all the way up to the top here, but Yeah, I'll just start here. Just fill in across. This is what I usually do for color blocks or large amounts of a single color. Just kind of make miniature rectangles, smaller sections within the big section. It helps. Yeah, because you get a degree of completion and it's breaking down something, a large part of something, into a more manageable segment. Yeah, makes it less overwhelming. It's like, oh, I still have this much of this color to do, but help if the drill was on the end of the pen. Help if it would pick up. So I finished the 2 Towers, reading that for the second part of Lord of the Rings trilogy. I read the 2 Towers. Now I picked up the first book in the Game of Thrones series. Going to give that a whirl on the treadmill whenever I get on there again. So yeah, I probably read like first couple chapters. I just had set it aside and yeah, kept seeing it on the bookshelf but just never got back to it. So usually after that long, something of that copious nature, I just would start reread it. So yeah, I do have the first few Dune books, so might dive into that eventually. But yeah, we'll start with Game of Thrones. I think I have at least 4 of them. I'm not sure if I have the 5th Game of Thrones book. I think eventually the series just might be 7 Game of Thrones, 7 books. But yeah. The author's been doing like prequels before all the events of the first Game of Thrones book. It's like, yeah, this isn't the next book in the series you're currently working. It's like, people are starting to get a little impatient. Wouldn't blame them. So if they have read up to this point. They read a good chunk of the series and just like waiting for like a number of years for the next installment of a series. It's just, what the heck? What's this guy doing? Yeah, it's gonna be a little tedious. Oh, but I really don't get too upset if book in a series, like the next installment takes its time. Yeah, it's kind of like video games. They hype the crap out of a video game release, and then it comes out and it's like, okay, cool, that's nice, what now? It's like, you have something to look forward to, then it comes, and it's, the excitement just like quells like right back down. It's a weird sensation for sure. I don't get too excited about video games anymore, so I'd like to try out Final Fantasy 16. Yeah, PS5 first. PlayStation 5, that is. But Yeah, it's a little, it's not like a have to have kind of product. It's like not life or death if I don't have a PS5. I don't know if I'd even be able to sit down and like just actually enjoy Final Fantasy 16. How much time I'd have to just sit there and play it. So kind of on the fence about that, to be realistic. Easier to get a book and then just read on the treadmill for my walking challenges. I don't know. It just seems a little more accessible right now. Instead of getting a game system that's big ticket purchase kind of thing and just having it sit there, not touching it for months or years. Yeah, taking space on a table in my bedroom. Taking space on the TV stand. I don't know. I want to get back into video games, but games I like, you really have to be sitting there and spend time playing them. It's just not too realistic these days. I like to keep busy. Yeah, sitting playing a video game just doesn't feel productive anymore, but it is a good pastime if you're playing a really interesting or engaging game for sure, but I don't know, I like role-playing games. Like first-person shooter kind of things. Like you can kind of just do like a mission and then turn the game off. You're not... Yeah, you can do a mission or two. Saves your progress and then you can just jump right back into it. Kind of refresh yourself what's going on in the game for a first-person shooter. That RPGs, yeah, you kind of getting told a story as you go through the game, and it's like if you don't engage with the game for a while, you kind of forget what's going on. Yeah, were a couple of games like gave you a summary of what has happened, or I think there was like kind of a guide or whatever in some games. Mission summaries or whatever, or side quests, they're described, so it just kind of gives you context if you've been away for a bit. Yeah. I had a couple of co-workers who, yeah, game, they have PlayStation 5 or PC or whatever. Yeah, they just give her. It's what they like doing on their days off. Diamond paint, read on the treadmill, listen to music, do word search. Yeah. Like walking. Yeah. Yeah, I do echoes of color here. Yeah, it record weapon chats, but I'm diamond painting anyway, so yeah, that kind of works in tandem. Just feels natural. Yeah, there's Kingdom Hearts 4. Kingdom Hearts 3 kind of upset me. That installment, they hyped the crap out of it, and it's like a pile of junk once you get it. Once I play through it, it's like, yeah, this is kind of... this was put together, kind of. It's playable, but it just didn't have the momentum of the previous numbered installments. Kingdom Hearts and Kingdom Hearts 2 had good, beefy story. They felt like solid games, and then Kingdom Hearts 3 comes along, and it's just a cameo of Disney World. Just going through a virtual tour of Disney World. With just It didn't seem like very much happened in Kingdom Hearts 3 Star Wars. It just felt like a big Disney advertisement. It's like you hype the crap out of this game for like a couple of years and then you get this junk and they put DLC in it later, extra content. It's like this could have been in the game in the first place. Like, oh. I think I've griped about this before. Yeah, probably talked about partially why I stopped gaming. Yeah, tendonitis or like a kind of wrist pain. We'll just call it tendonitis just for giggles. Probably just a wrist strain, but yeah, if anybody does get like tendonitis or pain in their wrist from like, I don't know, consistently holding something or repetitive strain syndrome or something like that, if you can relate to that, that's kind of what I was doing gaming. Holding controllers in a certain way, or yeah, holding a controller, and for some reason it was aggravating my tendons, my wrist. I don't know, holding the controller too hard, or just the way that you hold the controller. Yeah, it's kind of wrist strain. I think I played for like hours on end, maybe like a couple hours. I like turned the game off. I got up and made a coffee or looked away from the screen for like 10 or 15 minutes, like took breaks and then kept playing, but I don't know. I kept working throughout COVID, or what it still is. It's still kicking around, but like through the brunt of the pandemic, yeah. Wearing a mask at work and all that, etc., etc. Yeah, nobody really needs a reminder of that time period. I'll kick around for the rest of the time, but part of history. But yeah, I just kept working. Yeah. I don't know. We managed it, and still some of those wiping the table in the break room after you've sat there. Yeah, just sanitizing surfaces in the break room. Yeah, it's still kind of kicking. Other people do it, but some people just get up and leave the break room. That just my OCD tendencies, I guess. Just hey, it's happened now. I've done it for like a couple years now, so yeah. Just naturally just keep doing it. I don't know. We have that sanitizer constantly, and like we use it at work anyway, so sanitize surfaces and stuff. So, oh, excuse me, sanitize surfaces and equipment. So, it just feels pretty natural to me. And yeah, it's a shared space for all staff to go on break. So, just easier if it's like everybody cleans up after themselves. So that's probably why it sticks. That habit just kind of sticks. Now, for now, that I'll just kind of wait till Final Fantasy 16 actually comes out and then see how I feel at that point. I think it's like April or May of this year. I think it's May. Even June, if I'm not mistaken. I had seen the release date a bit ago, but I'm probably not going to get into too big of a panic about getting a PS5 or whatever. Was never really a PC gamer in the first place. Like, I played Bejeweled. Not really a mouse and keyboard type of control guy. I just feel a lot more comfortable holding a game controller in my hand. I played World of Warcraft and tried Final Fantasy 14. Yeah, I think 14 was online. Or still is. Yeah, I had got a feel for it. Yeah, just alright. It is manageable, it is doable, of course, but yeah, just so used to a game controller. Yeah, I do like a wired mouse. I don't like a touchpad mouse, that just annoys me to no end. Cordless mice are okay. USB, yeah. Just plug it in and voila, you have a mouse. Yeah, I'd still go for a corded mouse, but I think USB or Bluetooth kind of computer mice are just standard now. Just everybody has a USB kind of mouse. Yeah, it works for me. I can't stand the Apple mice though. I don't. There's no scrolling wheel and yikes. But yeah, dude doesn't have a smartphone in their pocket at this point, so like having a PC on hand is kind of a, yeah, if you're like a gamer type of thing, but or you do VR or something like that. Yeah, just yeah, laptop just doesn't seem as practical anymore unless you're like in business or something and or a teacher or you use office software or you work remotely like PC is just kind of there. I have a really old laptop, but yeah, I think it still turns on, but it's like really slow to start up. I think it's like Windows XP or something. Like, it's probably really out of date. Oh well. Yeah, just get a PC and like a computer with Windows just to get the lock screen backgrounds. There's some like really nice pictures on the lock screens for like Windows. I just love them. There's like a TV at work that kind of like does a screen share for somebody's computer, and it just has CB24, the work schedule, and other data showing up on this TV screen to keep everybody like on the same page to check like the work schedule or something. Gets updated every Thursday kind of thing. And it just like that TV's like always on. Sometimes you get the lock screen and I think it was just like a series of waterfalls and like some sort of forest or something. It's really majestic. Somebody, a coworker, piped up, but yeah, it's probably CGI or something. It's probably digital, but it still looked awesome. Just those really trees just like on the edge of waterfalls, but it was just like cascades of foaming water. Like it was a very aggressive beautiful kind of rainfall, and it was like a long range shot. It was wonderful. There were other waterfalls in the background, and it's just, oh man, I love this. Let's get a PC just to see what's on the lock screen every day. It's like, just turn it on, and it's like, oh, okay, what pretty pictures can we get here? I just love that kind of stuff. I have a Final Fantasy 16 background on my iPhone. It's like the lock screen and the background. I just like that it's the main character, I believe. Main protagonist in the Final Fantasy 16. They do like art for the game, like character art and concept art. And yeah, those get shared. Either from like Square Enix, or people even do like fan art for like Final Fantasy X still. Yeah, Titus and Yuna. Yeah, I love that kind of stuff. That's good phone wallpaper stuff. I like fantasy and RPGs and that kind of stuff. Even though I don't get to play them constantly, I still love the art, the artwork, the character artwork. Don't get me wrong there. Yeah, just like having a generic kind of phone background with like trees or something, yeah, it gets boring after a while. It kind of like color and something interesting or engaging to look at, or contrasting. It's like reds and blacks for the Final Fantasy 16 screensaver or lock screen. It's kind of fire elemental kind of background. Really cool. Something with like a giant crystal that's lodged in the planet, or lodged in the world, just sitting there, and there's like a village or something, or a city or a town that this main character lives in. Yeah, it's just a really striking piece of artwork. Yeah, it's just really cool. Yeah, I follow a lot of photographers too, and nature photos, and like animal photos too. Get really close-ups of cardinals and birds, and you can see like their feathers and plumage and color. And yeah, how close can you get to like a koala or a jaguar or a cheetah these days without getting mauled to death? You just get these like high resolution photos. It's like you don't see that stuff every day, like around here and on like Ontario, Canada kind of thing. So it's just, yeah, I like sharing that kind of stuff on Facebook. I like photographers like, thank you for sharing. Yeah, no kidding. Yeah, if you post this kind of awesome stuff, yeah, I'm going to share it because I love this kind of stuff. I want to see more. Yeah, a lot of bald eagles around lately. Like, there's a few around here in St. Mary's. I think there's like a male and a female. A couple, I guess, of bald eagles. I'm sure there are more. But yeah, some here and in the States somewhere. So just you get the full detail of the bird or owl, etc. But anyway, some of that's in my social media. Down below in the description, I post my Facebook profile name. Echoes of Color Facebook business page. That's just diamond painting stuff for Echoes of Color here. Section updates, that kind of thing. And Instagram, all three of those, yeah, they're basically my social media. I just post section completions, what the canvas is, who the artist is for the picture or art. Yeah, and I share a lot of photography type media on my personal Facebook from other photographers. I'm not a photographer, but I love when a new post of an animal or something shows up, I share it like right away. Or a landscape or something. I just follow a multitude of photographers. And I get noticed for sharing this stuff, so fairly engaging platform for a photographer especially. But yeah, I'm not a photographer myself though. Yeah, but yeah, just general blurbs, my social media, Instagram type thing. Generally the same story or very similar blurb every time I post. Well, different section completed, but yeah, general blurb across all three mediums. Well, basically, it's really all Facebook based, but yeah, Instagram is part of Facebook, but whatever. I also post a walking challenge information, main websites, Conquer, Lord of the Rings Part 4. I'm under like 300 kilometers left to, or nearing the end of 300 kilometers to complete the Eye of Sauron. Part 4 of 5. I had to head to Mordor, and then I'm finally done that main Lord of the Rings quest. Virtual challenge, Conquer, Pacer, still doing Silk Road, trade route in China. I just kept saying Asia all the time. But yeah, it's just something I do just to stay active, etc. Yeah, just information purposes only, that kind of thing. I won't receive a commission. I'm not partnered. Yeah, it's not an income stream of any regard. It's just there for information purposes. But yeah, thank you for watching Echoes Color. I've been Jeffery Morrison, and see you again soon. Bye.